Got out of the shop. I am now heading down to Shell Rock, Iowa to pick up a couple of grain carts heading out to California. They are both going to Colusa, California, up in Northern California, a little bit north of Sacramento. Haven't been to this particular shipper before, so we'll see how it goes. Shouldn't be too bad. I will have to call Wyoming at some point to get the permit to go into the state. Supposedly these things are supposed to be about 12 foot wide. Another beautiful day trucking. Another beautiful day on the shit list. Nothing really ever changes. Never get off the shit list once you're on it. Hard to believe. Coming up on 9 months at Valley Transportation. Still trying to figure out how the fuck they managed to paint me like I'm the worst employee on the goddamn planet when my previous 20 years of work experience don't reflect that. Strange the way shit happens. Still a decent company. Not a bad company to work for, although I will not stay for long. I'm not going to be stuck at 57 cents a mile permanently. That's just not going to happen. My ultimate goal is to get into a lease purchase, which is why I went to Valley, but that's never going to fucking happen at this company. So as soon as some crap falls off my driving record, I can start looking at my options and figure out where to go. Great stop sign on a steep uphill. The camera doesn't show how steep this hill is. And there is a cop directly behind me. Fuck. Don't roll back. Don't roll back. Holy shit, that's fun. Playing yoga with the goddamn clutch. The messed up part is I actually like driving for Valley Transportation, but I feel like I'm going to be forced to quit. Oh, I got a pair of V700 grain carts. Picked them up in Shell Rock, Iowa. They're going out to Colusa, California. Got the tires. Keep falling in the same dang hole. Got the tires for this first machine up on the top step. Have 2 straps in the necks. This thing is just under 14 tall and right at 12 foot wide for securement. Got this one with 1 chain and 2 binders. And then I just have 1 chain, 1 binder coming down to the trailer. Same thing on the other side. Second machine I have the exact same way. I have the 1 chain, 2 binders. And then 1 chain, 1 binder. This is where things got rather interesting. The tires for this. So I have a single strap coming over the top. I then have 2 chains going through the center of the 2 tires. I have a piece of lumber with some carpeting to keep the chains off the rubber and then a pair of binders. Kind of a weird way to be moving tires, but that's the only place they would fit. That's something you have to keep in mind with these machines, and you might have noticed it. This side where the discharge chutes are is your tall side. So when you're doing your measurements to figure out how tall the machine is, make sure you're measuring on the tall side, not the short side. That would screw up your day rather quickly. It's almost a foot difference in height between the one side and the other. Just something you really have to pay attention to when you're getting your measurements, making sure that you're getting your height from the tall side, not the short side. On the short side, I was coming up just under 13 foot. On the tall side, it was just under 14. It's like 13.9 was the tallest that I came up with. Then on the short side, it was right at 13, maybe a hair under. Good morning. Got a beautiful sunrise coming up in Iowa this morning, just north of Des Moines on I-35. Finished up the pre-trip, getting ready to get out of here. I get to do some zigzagging in Nebraska today. And I gotta call Wyoming DOT at some point today. Permit says I can leave at 30 minutes before sunrise. So we're coming up on that pretty soon. I get to do some zigzagging in Nebraska. I like to use a dry erase marker when I have to do this kind of crap. I can write it up on my windshield. So much safer than having to try to read directions and paperwork. It's just right there, visible. And usually what I'll do is as I take the transitions, I'll just wipe off with my finger to make it disappear, and then I can just go down the list. You know, it's out of my line of sight, but I can see it if I want to look at it. I'm not taking my eyes off the road to look at a piece of paper or to read directions. Just a very simple, very efficient way of doing it. And being dry erase marker, even if that gets baked on the window, a little window cleaner comes right off. No issue at all. No mess, just nice and easy. Beautiful old city. Damn, these roads are small enough. Gotta love the oversized detour routes. Well, this could get interesting. I see flashing lights coming at me, which would more than likely be another oversize. It's always fun meeting another large truck on roads like this. Let this FedEx make a right turn in front of me. I don't think he wants to get stuck behind me on this road. That's just a matter of getting Google to work, because cell signal at this place is horrifying.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to eat the bread, but that thing going at 3 o'clock this morning.
Nice, enjoy.
Hi, Port Answer, Officer Shack speaking.
Good morning, it's Jim with Valley Transportation. I got a oversize coming in this morning.
Coming in from where?
Be coming in on 80 out of Nebraska.
Tractor unit number?
2220.
What is the load?
It is a pair of grain carts, V700 grain carts.
Leaving the state of Wyoming into where?
Into Utah on 80.
Overall length, truck and trailer?
Overall length is 74.
Trailer length?
Is a 48-foot trailer.
How wide?
I am 12 wide.
Greatest height?
14.
Gross weight?
Is 56.5.
Must have headlights and taillights on during all movements and operations. Flags on all 4 corners of the vehicle are attached to the load at the widest points. Signs that read oversized load, visible front to rear. Signs must be clean, cannot cover any lights or license plates. Daylight restrictions, half hour before sun up to half hour after sundown. And mirror extensions or a rear escort. When you do come into port, you are required to weigh. Make sure to follow signs to the left-hand side of the building, pulling onto the scale. Wait until we talk to the PA system. Clearance number is 10-8.
10-8. And did you say it required escort?
Mirror extensions or a rear escort, depending on your visual acuity to the rear of your trailer.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I got the mirror extension, so we're all good there.
Okay, sir.
So 10-8 is my code, and I appreciate it. I'll see you in a couple hours.
All right, you be safe.
Thank you. Okay, and it's just that simple. When you call into Wyoming, they'll give you some restrictions. Mine is daylight only. I have my mirror extensions, which is all good, so I don't need to worry about an escort. And that's the thing, if you're not 100% sure, you misunderstand, ask. They'll clarify that my code to get into the state. So I am golden. Time to go to Wyoming and buy my permit. But the big thing with Wyoming, have your information available. I don't care if you're only hauling 5,000 pounds in your trailer. If you're oversized, get a cat scale, because they're going to ask you every time, what is your gross weight?
Park at the park lot, bring your paperwork and your license plate number.
Perfect. Okay, I got my Wyoming permit, nice and easy. As always, they came out and did the measurements. I'm going by my numbers and what the manufacturer said this is. The inspection officer was coming up a little bit smaller, but it doesn't change the permit cost. And so we decided we're going to go with what the manufacturer said in my original numbers, which was 12 foot. And same route, I'm going to run 80 all the way across Wyoming. I have the daylight requirement, 30 minutes before sunrise to 30 minutes after sunset. No big deal. The thing with Wyoming, you just have to be in the right attitude, you know. Communicate with them, do what you're supposed to, call in advance, get your entry number, and be able to answer their questions. I've never had an issue with the state of Wyoming coming in with Oversize. It's just, you pay attention to everything, you do what you're supposed to, you're not going to have a problem. The one thing they did say, which threw me off when I called them, they mentioned extendable mirrors or an escort in lieu of. I wasn't expecting that, because usually Wyoming, they've never mentioned that to me before. It's always extendable mirrors. I have never heard them give the option for an escort in lieu of those mirrors. So that threw me off a little bit. I wasn't expecting that, but I have extendable mirrors. All of the Valley trucks do. So they equip us to be able to deal with this stuff without a problem. But you know, be friendly, be professional, be polite, have a good attitude when you talk with the inspection officers. You're not going to have an issue. Have your paperwork in order, have everything organized. When you walk in, it's all there. You're not fumbling around looking for stuff. Same thing when you call them, have everything set up. I don't care if the load is only 5,000 pounds. If it's oversized and I'm going into Wyoming, I'm going to get a cat scale, because I already know one of the first questions they ask is, what is your gross weight? I want to be able to give them that number. So it's just a matter of a lot of little things that add up. But if you get any of them wrong, it can make your day a lot more complicated than it really needs to be. And they know, based on the first phone call, what to expect from you when you finally do show up. The absolute worst thing you could do is just show up to the scale oversized without having called in first. That is a big no-no. You don't want to do that. I don't know exactly how much trouble you would get in. I don't want to find out. Usually if I'm coming in out of Nebraska, I will call them from either North Platte or Big Springs, you know, a couple hours before I get into the state. I'll stop there and make the call, get everything set up, get my number to be able to enter the state legally, and no big deal. Nice and simple.
Got a 2-ton weight from my hairline to my backbone, and it's dragging me around, but I don't listen. All your critics are red. Mind your own business. That's right. And around red lights.
and I am a sail, and this wind is actually lifting me. I just need to get to the other side of Laramie. There's a truck stop down there. Whoa!
Strange brew is what we're used to. Get high all life, that's me and you. Run away to the sunset, run away with the sky far behind. Strange brew is meant for me and you.
Mac was a broken man who spent years on the road, driving big rigs from one end of the country to the other. His marriage had fallen apart, his children hated him, but despite his personal struggles, Mac found solace in the open road. The hum of the engine, the endless stretch of asphalt, the freedom of the highway, it was all he needed to feel alive. Driving 18-wheeler trucking, choice to subscribe to a life of enjoyment. On the road he took pleasure in the simple things. A hot cup of coffee at a roadside diner, a stunning sunset over the mountains, the camaraderie of his fellow truckers. He found peace in the solitude of his cab, away from the noise and chaos of the world. knew he was exactly where he belonged. The road was his home, his sanctuary, and he would continue to drive on, chasing the horizon and finding joy in every mile. And as he watched the sun rise over the horizon each morning, he knew that he was truly free. Driving 18-wheeler trucking life.
Countryside, it's the rolling fields and towering mountains. There exists a creed of men and women who hold the roads as their kingdom. They are the truckers, proud and free, driving coast to coast from valleys low to mountains high. For them, this is more than a job. It is their life, a calling that ignites a flame of passion within their soul. With every sunrise, they hit the road with pride, navigating their massive rigs through endless miles of highway. Through rain or shine, they press on, never knowing what the next bend in the road may bring. Leaving family and friends behind, the truck becomes their mistress, a jealous entity that demands their attention and devotion. But the day carry on, driven by the thrill of the open road and the beauty of this vast and diverse land. So they keep on trucking, their hearts beat in a rhythm with the hum of the engine. From the heartland to the coast they journey on, writing their own song of freedom and adventure in the cab of the truck.
Always fun delivering someplace that doesn't have necessarily the correct equipment to unload something. The shippers always use like a gantry crane or some shit to make it life simple for them, but they don't necessarily think about the receiving end of things. Getting the grain carts off, the first one, 3 forklifts. The second one, 2 forklifts and a service truck with a service crane. Fun. Lift them up, drive off underneath of it, set the first one down, put the wheels on, move it out of the way, back up, reset for the next one. Always a fun time.